Hi everyone, thanks so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Val. And if you are returning, then hello. You might have noticed this background is completely different. And you also might have noticed that I'm not singing a cover, so that's different too. This whole thing is just switching things up. So I thought I would start a Dissertation Diaries series here, just like a once a month type update on my dissertation, how it's going. I could also relate some dissertation content, not the content of my dissertation, but just like related to the content. Like today, I want to talk about the music I listen to while I'm like writing and researching the dissertation. And quite frankly, even though this is a music channel, the dissertation is like part of the reason why I started this channel at all. Like the main reason was quarantine, because you know, quarantine's isolating and music is one of the best friends, companions you can have. So so that's kind of why the channel was started. But yeah, dissertations, they're kind of rough, you know, take a bit of a toll on you mentally, and music is a great way to just relax, de-stress, and what could be more fun than playing some covers of some songs that you love. Yeah, but I thought I'd talk about the dissertation a bit today. So every monthly update, I will give an update on how it's going, where I am, and then talk about, you know, like today I want to talk about music, and I'll do a Q&A every week, every month, except for this video, obviously, because you can't do a Q&A if there are no cues. But if you have some cues, leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. You know, and they can be about anything, about like, you know, what's it like to apply to grad school? What's it like to be a grad student? And really, I can only answer from my own perspective as a history grad student, but I'll do my best, you know, talk about application process, mental health, any question you got, throw it at me. Alrighty, so updates. I just submitted my first chapter draft to my advisor almost a week ago, which was like, yay! Because I'm also TAing right now and just like balancing teaching and writing this dissertation chapter, like, whew, it's rough. Especially like I'm teaching a lot over Zoom, and that can be, you know, it's not great to do things over Zoom. So I've got the chapter, and typically most dissertation chapters will fall within the range, for history anyway, will fall within the range of like 30 something to like 70 or 80 something double-spaced pages, which like if you're on the other end of the spectrum, you got 70 to 80 pages. I don't know whether you're a masochist or a sadist. Either way, it doesn't matter because you're making us all look bad. Yeah. So the draft that I just submitted was 25 pages, and that's good because it means that you can build, like you can, while you're editing and revising, and this chapter will go through like several edits, revisions, etc. So when I go over that, I'm going to add in, you know, more content, more material, more things that my advisor says I need. There are a couple of pages where the amount of footnotes exceeds the amount of main text, and that just makes me think like, I'm a real scholar. I'm sorry, you're a real scholar even if you don't do that, but I still feel a sense of you know, pride. Right. Number 2 on the so music. Number 2. All right, music. So while I write, research, anything, I cannot have silence. I fall asleep. I'm down for the count. That's it. Can't focus. I need music to focus. So what I've been listening to, first, there is a Live in Prague album from when Hans Zimmer performed in Prague, I think in 2017, and it's amazing. So Hans Zimmer, for those who don't know, he scores a lot of films. He's a brilliant composer. If you've seen Inception, basically any Christopher Nolan movie to come out in the past like 10 years. Hans Zimmer has scored it. He scores a lot of the DC films. You know how like Wonder Woman has some of the best theme music? Yeah, he wrote her theme music. It's awesome. I should make it my alarm. That would be really nice. Just have like the Wonder Woman theme alarm, just like the drums, like so good. So I've been listening to the Live in Prague album. It's got medleys of Inception, Interstellar, the Dark Knight trilogy, Man of Steel, Lion King, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just a great album. It's on Spotify. Find it. Oh, it's so good. And listen to the Inception soundtrack, the studio album. So more Hans Zimmer. Number 3, I found a playlist on Spotify. It's like 6 hours of Chopin. And I thought, why not? Why not? And I listened to it and I just thought, this is really nice. I like this background music. I'm gonna keep listening to some Chopin, you know, even after the dissertation's over. When I felt like I could handle music with lyrics in it as I worked, I went with, number 4, I went with Evanescence's Synthesis album, which was basically, they went back into their catalog, they got a bunch of their songs and just like redid them with like an orchestra, and they took out the electric guitar, electric bass, they took out the drums, added in like some other form of beats and things, and oh, it's so good. It's so good. And Amy Lee, oh man, you can just tell as a vocalist how she's just evolved, and I could gush about her for hours, but I will spare you that today. So there was that. Number 5, the Game of Thrones season 8 soundtrack. Ramin Djawadi is just, oh my gosh. The way he scored Game of Thrones is just magnificent and magical, and every time I listen to it, I'm just transported back to when everyone was just like obsessed with Game of Thrones and would talk about it all the time. And I know they didn't stick the landing. Those last 3 episodes should have been an entire season, maybe a season and a half. And I will stand by that, okay? I will stand by that. But yeah, it's really good. That's why I covered Jenny of Oldstones last week. I was like, oh man, I'm in such a GOT mood. Like I need this in my life. So those are the 5 things I've been listening to as I write this chapter. And I'm sure with the next chapter, like it'll be completely different. I'm constantly listening to movie soundtracks. I love movie soundtracks. They bring back memories, and they can also like hype you up and just bring back feelings of nostalgia, just warm, fuzzy feelings. In other cases, they can keep you awake while you're working on your dissertation chapter and it's 1 a.m. and you're just thinking, where did the time go today? So all that jazz. So yeah, and this is generally when I would do a Q&A, but as I said, there are no Qs. So if you have a Q, please leave it in the comments below. I would really like to hear from you. Do you even like that I'm updating you on my dissertation? Is this a thing that you would care to watch? And, you know, if it is, leave a like. If it's not, I guess you could dislike the video, but I don't think I've ever hit thumbs down on anyone's videos. I don't want to thumbs down anyone. I would just leave the video. That speaks enough volumes. Thank you so much for watching, and be well, stay safe, take care. Bye.